So we have a tracking company, chain analytics company that has found a disproportionate number of transactions on the blockchain on, I think it was Bitcoin, with the number 1488, which I won't go into, but it's a hate symbol. And what I love about this story is that on the one hand, it shows that the blockchain can be used by anybody. On the other hand, what's amazing here is, racism is an ideology for stupid people. It's for people who are challenged by the complexity of the world. And what I love here is that you have people behaving stupidly to support their stupid ideology on a blockchain because they apparently don't realize that they're doxing themselves as they engage in this activity, because you have these firms who are doing this tracking. And now, no fan of the FBI, but the FBI has a very convenient list of people who have put this little flag on their Bitcoin wallet and said, hey, I am part of a hate group. And so I think it really proves the point that you can have a system that is open and accessible to everybody, but that still provides some safeguards, some transparency, some way for law enforcement to, for example, find clues on the record. So I don't know. I see Naomi wants to jump in on this.
Yeah. I'll jump in. I think a great takeaway from this is if you want transparency, then Bitcoin is a great choice. And if you want privacy, you may want to start looking into other coins or privacy coins. I mean, one thing I will mention, which is actually a little, take what you read in the article with a grain of salt. So it says wallets belonging to alt-right enthusiasts can often be identified by amounts, including this hate symbol. That's just not a good way to judge this, because there is no way to stop people sending money to your account. There is a reason why a lot of charities out there don't accept crypto donations directly, and they go through things like BitPay or the Giving Block. It's because if people donate to them from a compromised institution, and that would be a fund like in the traditional banking sector that they would refuse, they can't with crypto. So it actually does open them up to scrutiny and to vulnerabilities. So if someone has this in the wallet, it doesn't necessarily mean that, they're part of this group, because anyone can send them those funds. The other caveat I will mention is that I like when I see hate symbols like this, I always just presume it's just 4chan like doing dodgy stuff, because they always do it. Like there was a while where 4chan was trying to convince people that, this symbol was actually about solidarity with Black Lives Matters. Like, I mean, I would be surprised if this wasn't even created by white nationalists at all. It was like a 4chan creation, which, I mean, there's a lot of overlap there, but just a 4chan creation that, I mean, they, like, for example, they convinced people that like the OK symbol was like a white nationalist symbol. Like they have all of these games that they play where they're like, let's completely corrupt the mindset and make this into a thing. So it's just kind of, interesting to see all this. But as I said, I think the big takeaway here is how transparent blockchains are. And if you're a show pony and you want to be making your mark, great. Use it. It's there forever. And if you're not, then, it's a good lesson in why privacy coins are important. But I'll throw it to the group. Zach.
Yeah, I think there is this like lingering misunderstanding that these are sort of like, anonymous, money systems. They're not. They're just, this is public data. These are public ledgers. And I think you have Elliptic, you have Chainalysis, you have all sorts of people who can look at this data for various clues, some of them indicating belief, others indicating financial conviction, any number of things that are just out there on these public networks. So, I think these stories are a great reminder of that, right? This is an open book. This is a public ledger. It's publicly verifiable. And as such, some of these data insights and analysis that these firms are able to produce reports on, this is one of those stories. So it's something to be aware of when you think about the future of finance on these public blockchain networks. But I saw Naomi's hand up and tossed it to her for a last thought.
Yeah, just quick wrap up. I will also mention that the blockchain is, there's a lot more information than you probably realize. You may think that you're being super smart, but I'm sure every time you open your phone in your home address, it sends your IP address to whatever API you're pinging to get information about whatever wallets you're checking the balance of. So there's so much information out there. Also, most blockchain explorers these days are honeypots where they're also aggregating data about that. So there's so many ways where your privacy can be compromised. It's important people realize that. And the fact that we do have all the companies Zach just laid out, Elliptic, Chainalysis, all of these places, they've been scrutinizing the blockchain for years. And that data doesn't go away. So they'll continue scrutinizing the blockchain and garnering more information as time progresses. So just be aware of that and think about the choices you're making in terms of currency and payments and all of that with that in mind.